Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So here is an explanation and answers to our scenario-based quiz questions on pelvic pathology. So the first question was, a 35-year-old woman presents with pelvic pain. Transvaginal ultrasound shows a well-circumscribed hypoechoic solid mass arising from the myometrium with posterior acoustic shadowing. What is the most likely diagnosis? A. Endometrioma. B. Uterine fibroid leiomyoma. C. Ovarian torsion. D. Tubo-ovarian abscess. So the answer is B. Uterine fibroid leiomyoma. Fibroids typically appear as hypoechoic, well-defined solid masses with variable shadowing due to their fibrous content. Location, they can be submucosal, intramural, or subserosal. They are variable. So question number 2, a reproductive age woman has a unilocular ovarian cyst with homogeneous low-level internal echoes, giving a ground glass appearance, no internal vascularis flow, and possible hyperechoic wall foci. What is the diagnosis? A. Simple function of cyst. B. Hemorrhagic cyst. C. Endometrioma, which is the chocolate cyst. D. Mature teratoma, which is the dermoid. So our answer is C. Endometrioma, which is the classic ultrasound feature, is the ground glass echogenicity from old blood. Often chronic, may be multilocular or bilateral. Question number 3. A postmenopausal woman has an endometrial thickness of 12 millimeters with a focal echogenic mass protruding into the cavity and a single feeding vessel on color Doppler. What is the likely finding? A. Endometrial atrophy. B. Endometrial polyp. C. Adenomyosis. D. Ovarian cyst. So our answer is B, which is an endometrial polyp. Polyps often appear as focal echogenic intracavitary masses with a single vessel, pedicle artery sign, thickened endometrium in postmenopausal warrants further evaluation. Question number 4. A young woman with acute pelvic pain and positive beta HCG is an empty uterus and a complex adnexal mass with a tubal ring sign and moderate free fluid. What is the diagnosis? A. Ruptured hemorrhagic corpus luteum. B. Tubal ectopic. C. Dermoid cyst. D. Fibroid degeneration. So our answer is B. Tubal ectopic pregnancy, key findings, empty uterus plus adnexal mass plus positive pregnancy, test sliding sign in the ring of fire, vascularity may be seen. Question number 5. Ultrasound shows an enlarged uterus with heterogeneous myometrium, ill-defined hypoechoic areas, small myometrial cyst, and poor definition of the endometrial-myometrial junction. What is the pathology? A. Multiple fibroids. B. Adenomyosis. C. Endometrial carcinoma. D. Hydrosalpinx. So our answer is B, which is adenomyosis, diffuse or focal junctional zone thickening, and myometrial heterogeneity and cysts are characteristic. Question number 6. A complex adnexal mass with thick walls, internal septations, debris, and surrounding hyperemia is seen in a patient with fever and pelvic pain. What is the common diagnosis? A. Endometrioma. B. Tubo-ovarian abscess from PID. C. Simple ovarian cyst. D. Subserosal fibroid. So our answer is B. Tubo-ovarian abscess. Inflammatory masses show complex cystic solid appearance, debris, and increased vascularity, often associated with the pile salpinx. Question number 7. A large ovarian mass contains echogenic fat calcifications with shadowing and hair-like structures which is the dermoid plaque. What is it? A. Endometrioma. B. Hemorrhagic cyst. C. Mature cystic teratoma, which is the dermoid. D. Mucinous cystadenoma. So our answer is C. Mature cystic teratoma dermoid, classic tip of the iceberg sign or dermoid mesh from fat, hair, or calcifications. Question number 8. Enlarged ovaries greater than 10 cubic centimeters with plus or minus 12 peripheral follicles, 2 to 9 millimeters in strings of pills appearance in a patient's irregular menses. What is the diagnosis? A. Normal ovaries. B. Polycystic ovarian morphology, PCOM, associated with PCOS. C. Bilateral endometriomas. So D. Ovarian torsion. So in this scenario, our answer is B, which is the polycystic ovarian morphology, which supports PCOS diagnosis when combined with clinical and biochemical features. So question number 9. A patient with sudden severe unilateral pelvic pain has an enlarged ovary with peripheral follicles, up 0 degrees Doppler flow, and a wipe sign of the pedicel. What is it? A. Hemorrhagic cyst. B. Ovarian torsion. C. Ectopic pregnancy. D. A fibroid. So our answer is B. Ovarian torsion, which presents an enlarged ovary with a stromal edema, a twisted vascular pedicel. A key flow may be present or absent. Question number 10, which is our last one. A tubular fluid-filled structure separate from the ovary with waste or incomplete septations, Kogu sign in the low-level echoes. Common association: A. Endometrial polyp. B. Hydrosalpinx, often from prior PID. C. Submucosal fibroid. D. Simple paraovarian cyst. So our answer is B, which is the hydrosalpinx. Dilated fallopian tube appears sausage-shaped or folded. So, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of our presentation on the quiz answers and their explanations. So you can understand that as a sonographer, you need to understand or to have an appreciation of the different pathologies, how they look like without even seeing the image. You must have that in the back of your mind. At the same time, you must also appreciate the role of patient history whenever you are doing an examination. Like for you to confirm that somebody is an ectopic pregnancy, especially if it's too small or non-viable, you must have an understanding of the pregnancy test result. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like and share. If you've got any areas that you feel that we ought to improve, please just click the type button and send us a message on the comment section. Thank you so much.